Welcome to the Dump Truck Toolbox. I'm Alan. As you can probably tell, I'm going into work later this morning. We're, I believe, doing hot rock again, and they need to let the ground warm up. So I've pulled into line here at the asphalt plant. There's one truck under the plant that you can't really see, and then the one right in front of me there. I found out later from the people who run the plant, when I signed out at the end of the day, that I wasn't supposed to be quite that close to them. You can see the spray coming out of that green tube sticking over the truck. That's the spray that keeps the asphalt from sticking to the bed of the truck. And so the front vehicle has pulled out, and the second vehicle is pulling under the plant there. I'm going to wait just a minute here before I pull under the sprayer. We're going to zoom in so you get a better look at what's happening with the truck that's getting loaded. And there are a number of delays here, and so I've done some editing. We actually stayed in line for probably 15 minutes to get us all loaded. So there's the asphalt coming down. You can see the smoke from it coming out. It's very hot. I don't know the exact temperature, but hot enough to cause major problems if it got on you. There's a second batch. The asphalt plants we've worked with, they are very good at what they do, and they load the truck pretty close to the weight that they wanted. So there, the asphalt finished up. This truck puts it into gear and pulls out. We're zooming out. So there we are. We're passing the green pole. So the sprayer is over the bed right about now. And I'm looking in the rearview mirror. There's a little flashing LED light on the sprayer to tell you that it's actually spraying. And so once I see that light, I move forward very slowly to try to get an even coat of the spray across the whole bed. The truck in front of me has pulled up to the control tower, and I don't think we're going to be able to see it, but they're going to hand the ticket down. And this place has a string and a little pole. And so they actually put it in a position where you can grab the ticket without having to get out of the truck. Okay, now here I learned something. I made a minor mistake here. I got my pad out to take my normal notes, and the person in the control tower, whose face you can see on and off, is going to wave at me in just a minute. And I should not have been taking notes while under the asphalt plant. See, he's waving at me there. Because I was not parked in the right position, and that wasn't intentional on my part, but I should have been watching him so that as soon as he signaled me, I could move forward. I don't want to cause any delays in the process. The process is complicated, and there's a lot of delays anyway, and I don't want to contribute to that. So lesson learned. Okay, we actually sat here for a little bit, but with careful editing, we're now at the point where stuff's going in. You heard the to sort of hiss, and I have a close-up of the scale there, so the weight is climbing. Slow down in a second here. Oh, no, they went ahead. That's a second batch coming down the chute. Takes a little while for it to make it down the chute into the truck. So the weight will start climbing again here in just a minute. So this truck is rated for 63,000 pounds. It has a 5% overload permit, so I could take more than 63, but you can see they're right at 62.5. So that's pretty good. I'm not sure all of the complicated controls. There's the buzzer indicating I should pull forward. It's my turn to pull up to the control tower, and there's the spot I need to be at, and I'm going to stop here, and I've already got my paperwork on the line sticking out. Here's the stick, pull a clamp on it, and I got my paperwork. And that's nice. Other plants, they just put it down on a string, and you have to get out of the truck. So this is sort of nice, keeps things moving a little better. Okay, we're going to speed things up here. So I'm parked in line here, shut my engine off, and just restarted, and you can see the truck pulling away. That person just dumped their load of asphalt. And now I'm backing up to the asphalt machine. And this part of it, I actually, the first time I did it, which I think was the day before, I was a little anxious about. It turns out it's not as difficult as I thought it would be. You need to align carefully so that when the asphalt machine is behind you, you're dumping right into the middle of the hopper. But they keep the site pretty clear, so it's not stressful to back to get near. The first time I did it, I did do a hard bump into the paving machine. The individual who was spotting me had been waving me, and he looked away and talking to someone or something right as I was getting close to the paving machine, and I assumed he was actively spotting me, and so I'm rolling along. I mean, not fast, but I'm probably rolling along at 2-3 miles an hour, and just bumped right into the back of the machine. And the spotter came up to me and said, "Everybody got a good laugh out of that." I said, "Yeah, I know, I'm a rookie." So it's a fairly long aisle here. In just a second, I hope to give you a close-up of the backup mirror, so you'll actually be able to see a little bit what's going on behind the truck. And I emphasize a little bit. I have not come up with a good way to get a view of what goes on when you're paving. The bed, oh, there we go. Yes, I think I just touched the truck there. So in just a second here, get out my tickets. So I got 4 copies from the asphalt plant. knew I had to keep one, so I assumed the other 3 went to the person here. So yeah, fling them around. Those are important pieces of paper. That's how people get paid. And so he looks at them and he hands me
I've already got one.
me one back, and I say, I already got mine. And he insists I take it, so I do. Okay, there's the close-up of the backup camera. It's not a great view, but you can see the paving machine hopper there, at least part of it. And there's the gate open. You can see the gate right there. And I've got the red light for the PTO on. And I've raised the bed a little bit. And I don't know if you'll be able to see the person there who's signaling me, but I have the bed up and some asphalt's coming out at a slow rate, but it's still faster than the paving machine's going to use it up. So I have to be very attentive to make sure that I don't overfill the hopper. That causes problems for the construction crew. I also have to keep an eye on my tires. My left foot, well, actually, no, I think it's my right foot, I'm riding the brake with very lightly because I don't want the dump truck to roll away from the paving machine. That's another instance where you can dump hot asphalt on the ground and create a mess for the crew to clean up. But I'm riding the brake lightly, but if I ride it too much, the rear wheels will lock up and then the tires will skid, wearing out the tires and also potentially damaging the surface they're trying to pave over. So I'm watching a lot. Interestingly enough, I violate one of the cardinal rules of driving in normal situations. I am not looking out the front of the truck hardly at all. I'm checking my mirrors, I'm looking at the spotter, I'm glancing in the rear view camera to see what's going on behind the truck. And yeah, you may not have noticed, but I am moving a little bit to the right, and one of the people signaled to me that I needed to turn the wheel left. So you can see the steering wheel is cranked a bit to the left there. I was actually getting near the passenger side edge of the hopper. I don't think I spilled any asphalt, but I was paying attention more to the driver's side of the hopper, and I needed to be paying attention to both sides. So I've corrected for that. It's going to take a while for the truck to move, though, because the paving machine is pushing me along quite slowly. And the key here for me is just to trust the people I'm working with. If they signal me to do something, I need to be responsive, unless they put me in a situation that I know is unsafe. But if they signal for me to turn the wheel or press harder on the brakes or put the bed up or put the bed down, I need to respond to that, because not just because I'm a rookie driver and don't know what I'm doing, but they're at the back of the truck. They can see much better what's going on, and they also know how their own machine works. I know how to put my bed up and down and give them the asphalt, but they understand the placement of the asphalt in the hopper and how fast the machine's going to use it up and so forth. So it really is a partnership. And so they are making relatively slow progress. If I remember, this was the beginning of the aisle, and they have to do some things to align carefully. Other times when we've done a long strip, you get lined up and you get the signal, and I dumped out and moved away in like 4 minutes. Once I got aligned and they were ready to go, the asphalt went into the hopper. I had to slow down in the middle, and then I dumped the rest of it, and I was gone, and the next truck was backing up. But like I said, that's when they have a long patch to do, they've got the machine aligned, and they have their processes going. In this case, they didn't do that, and it's not their fault. It's just, you know, they're being careful. They are craftsmen, and they're putting that asphalt down in the right thickness and in the right position, and so they're just taking their time. Sort of like a bricklayer. The first row of bricks, you you have to be especially careful with. Yeah, you can see me adjusting things there. And I've kept the PTO on, the red light there. That's the power takeoff, the hydraulic pump in effect that the engine runs, and it powers the ram that raises the bed. And so I've left it on because sometimes I go up and sometimes I go down. In a typical dump of dirt or sand or whatever, you turn it on, you raise the bed, and then I usually turn it off right as I'm about to lower the bed. The PTO steals power from the engine, and some of the newer trucks actually have interlocks that keep you from going, just turn the PTO off. So I'm probably lowering the bed here. See if we can see that in the rear view camera. Not yet. Oh, I turned it back on. The engine went off too. So a couple of things are going on here. There we go. Now I'm lowering the bed. You can see it in the camera. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's ride along. Please like the video if you found it enjoyable or useful. So be safe out there. And as always, I look forward to seeing you soon again on the Dump Truck Toolbox.